welcome back to my channel for this very special video because we have hit 200 subscribers. That is so many people. Like, can you imagine 200 people in a room? Like, that is quite a lot of people who have hit that subscribe button. So thank you so much to everyone who has done that and become part of my little YouTube community. Thank you so much for 200 subscribers. I am just so incredibly happy. So thank you so much. And to celebrate, as you can tell by the title of this video, I am doing my very first Q&A video, which I am also so excited to do because I've wanted to do one of these for ages. They're one of my favourite videos of other people's to watch, and I've just been waiting for enough questions to accumulate, and finally they have around the time I've hit 200 subscribers. So I thought, why not combine two awesome things into one video and film a 200 subscriber Q&A video. These are all questions that you guys have commented on my previous 4 videos. So without further ado, let's get into the Q&A. Okay, so the first question is from Study Style, and they ask, how did you get into running, and when you're finding it tough, how do you keep going and pushing yourself? Which I think is such a great question. I really liked this question. So this is actually quite a funny story, the story of my first ever race. It was a school cross country, just inter-house cross country event, and I was in year 3, so I was 8 years old, and we all got taken over to the start line, and we all had to wear our school hats over there because it was a sunny day. And so I was in this massive, like, broad brimmed hat, like you couldn't see my head underneath it. And somehow I missed the memo on taking off our hats before the race started. So everyone else had their hats off for the race, and I was running the whole time with this big broad brimmed hat on. I actually remember this race quite clearly. It was just around the perimeter of my school. So I think it was about like 1.5, 2 kilometers, I have no idea. And at some stage during the race, I just took the lead and nobody ever passed me again. And I remember running towards the finishing line and seeing my mum on the sidelines looking very surprised as she saw that this little girl with this massive hat on was actually her daughter, who she had no idea could even run across an oval, let alone win her inter-house cross-country race. And so I ended up winning, which was just an absolute fluke. Like, I think I just had some natural talent in middle distance and cross country running. And Mum had actually entered me in Little Athletics the previous year, but I had only been to about 1 or 2 competitions and only done a few events because the time that Little Athletics was on clashed with my violin lessons. But the next year after this cross country race, Mum decided to re-enter me in Little Athletics, and this time we made more of an effort to go, and I was doing pretty well in the 800 meter event, which was the longest event we were allowed to run in that age group. And because I was enjoying the longer events, my mum entered me in the cross country season for Little Athletics because it was free. If you did the athletics, you also got the cross country season for free. During the cross country season, Mum took me for a few little jogs just with her around the park that was right next to our house, and I ended up coming 3rd at the Little Athletics State Cross Country Championships. And so the next year, my mum started putting together a few little sessions for me that we'd do at that park next to our house. And I was really enjoying running and getting into it, and I got old enough to do the 1500 meter event, which is now my favourite event. The longer the events got, the better I got at them. So as I got older and I could do longer events, I started getting better and better. And when I was 12 years old, I got my first coach, and the rest is history. Now I run 6 days a week and have travelled all over the country competing at various national competitions, which are just so fun. I love getting to travel with my running, and you get to meet so many new people, and I'm just so lucky to have been able to do that, and I've been running for half my life now. So yeah, that was a very long answer to the first part of that question. Sorry, all my answers will not be that long, I promise, but just thought that was a bit of an interesting story. And to answer the second part of your question, how I keep going and pushing myself when things get tough. When I'm finding it tough, I think back to the moment that I won the national championships, which was my proudest moment in my athletics career and probably my life, actually. I remember how it felt to cross that finishing line, and it was such an amazingly good feeling. And I just remember that feeling, and I really want to feel that again. That feeling motivates me to push myself and, you know, get back there on the first podium, hopefully. Yeah, in a way, this is kind of bad, but I am kind of motivated by winning. I just love that winning feeling. But I also tell myself the pain that you feel while you're running is temporary, but the feeling of doing well and giving 100% lasts forever. And it's just such a good feeling, and I like live for that feeling. It's so good. So think back to a moment when you've done really, really well and use that feeling to motivate you and push yourself to get back to feeling that feeling again. I think I've said feeling too many times. So thank you, Study Style, for that question. I'm going to now move on to the next one. Animal Lover 100 says, love your videos. What is your favourite subject in school? I love your opening, by the way. Happy face. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you love my videos and my opening. My favourite subject in school honestly keeps changing. Originally it was maths. It has like always been maths the whole of high school, because maths is the subject that I have been the best at, and I like doing things that I'm good at. Then it was economics for a little while, but at the moment I actually think it's chemistry, because in chemistry at the moment we're learning about kind of all the things as how the world works and how things are held together, and it's just so cool to be able to relate your learning to things that you see in real life. And so I'm really, really enjoying chemistry at the moment, and also I have an absolutely amazing teacher in chemistry, and it honestly makes the world of difference. So currently I would say chemistry, but it does keep changing. Erin G has given me 4 questions, so thank you very much. The first one is, what grade are you in? And I am in grade 11 in Australia. I'm in the middle of grade 11, which is my second last year of high school. Question 2 is advice for new students, specifically in Melbourne, and what to expect. My biggest piece of advice for students generally is to have a good relationship with your teachers. Your teachers want to help you, they're there to help you, but you just have to let them know that you do want help, and you know, have a good relationship with them, email them, talk to them, and they will help you so much if you just show that you're willing to, you know, get together with them at lunchtime or before school. It honestly helps so much. They are the ones that know the curriculum back to front. They're ones that know all the information, so just ask them questions and try and like get on well with them and have a good relationship. And then in terms of friends and the social aspect, I would say just smile lots and show your personality, and you'll find people who are like you and who you can be friends with. But if you're having trouble finding friends, I know this is typical advice, but do join a club. You know, it does help. You'll find people with common interests to be friends with. And specifically in Melbourne, I would say Melbourne is a fantastic place to go to school, especially at the moment. Like, Melbourne is just, its population is growing so fast, like it's just booming. So there are so many opportunities for your future there. So try and use any connections your school has with unis or places in the like workforce to try and like get connections with people to help you set up your future well. And yeah, just Melbourne is such a fantastic city. I love Melbourne so much. There's just so many wonderful people and places, so just make the most of being in the world's most livable city. Number 3 from Erin is, what are the best black note-taking pens? I would say, oh look, I have them here. That's actually was not planned. I do have them here though. The ones I use are the Pentel Energel pen, which is my favourite black gel pen, and the Pilot Super Grip, which is my favourite black biro pen for note-taking. However, you know, a pen only does so much. All pens are pretty similar, and it doesn't really matter which one you get, but those are the 2 that I personally use at the moment. And the final question from Erin is, if you can have anything you want from a stationery brand, what brand will you choose? Oh, that is such a hard question. I would say in terms of pens, I quite like Pilot because I like their pens, and I also like their highlighters, their pastel highlighters. And then in terms of notebooks, I would say, I think I would actually say Kikki.K, because they have the nicest stationery. It's so expensive. Like, why is paper so expensive? I do not know. But their notebooks and, it's just their notebooks and planners, I love them so much. If I could afford, like, to have all Kikki.K stationery, I would. And they do have really nice pens as well, so yeah, if I could have anything I want from a stationery brand, I would probably choose Kikki.K. Animal Lover 100 asks me another question. They said, congratulations on reaching 100 subscribers. Thank you, and now I have reached 200, which is double that. That's so crazy. I feel like 100 only happened like a month ago. And do you own any pets? No, unfortunately I do not own any pets, but ever since I have basically been born, I have wanted a dog with all of my heart. I still want a dog to this very day. It's on the top of every birthday list and Christmas list I write. I just really want a dog. I love dogs so much. Whenever I go over to my friend's house and they have a dog, like, they can just disappear and I'll just play with their dog instead of them. I just love dogs so much, and as soon as I have the opportunity to get a dog, I will be taking that opportunity and getting one. And Wendy says, just subscribed, I really love your videos. Thank you. What is your favourite stationery item to use? My favourite stationery item is probably highlighters, because I love to use them for active studying and like going through my notes and textbooks and like highlighting things. And she also asked if I could do a desk tour and organisation video, and so I made one, which is my previous video, and I'll link it up here if you want to go check it out. And on that lovely self-promo note, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much to everyone who commented questions for me to answer. It was so exciting to do my first Q&A. I loved it, and if you have any more questions, let me know down below, and maybe I can film another Q&A video at some point in the future. And again, a massive thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel and helped me get to 200 subscribers. And your comments are always so lovely, and they honestly make my day. Like, oh, thank you so much. And also, my 1 year on YouTube anniversary is coming up very soon, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on some special videos coming your way. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and comment down below if you have any more questions for me or any videos that you want me to make in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!